So now we're going to get into what I call plank basic. We're going to start on our back. And here's the thing with the plank basic is I want to try to lift as much of my body off the floor, just keeping 2 points of contact, one being my heels, the other being my shoulders. Can I lift my hips and my legs and my back off the floor? Now I got my legs straight. This becomes a big hamstring exercise. You may find that this position is just too hard to lift hips. So you can bend the knees. We can, I'm pressing primarily through my heels. We can start with knees bent and slowly work to where you're extending the knees more and more until we get into a full extended position, lifting off. But I want to see, can I lift and can I hold? I can keep my arms soft. And can I breathe? Can I do this and maintain a full breath? Bringing my hips back down, driving through, lift, full breath, hips come back down. Again, I can do this from bent knee, makes it a little bit easier to start with, and I'm doing the same thing. Nice breath in, full breath out. Part of what we're doing here is just exploring the position. We can turn this in, we're going to turn these movements into a larger kind of flow pattern later. Next, we're going to flip over onto our belly, and we're going to find our elbow grooves. So I'm in my arms are straight out, palms down, spiraling palms up to find where does my elbow come in and meet my ribs while I'm laying on the floor. This is my kind of starting position. And then from here, all I'm doing is lifting my hips and my belly and my knees off the floor. So I got weight through my forearms, weight through my toes. Can I lift that plank high? If this is too hard, we can bend the knees and do the same thing. I'm not pressing into a full elbow plank. I'm keeping my chest rested on my elbows. Again, this is plank basic, not doing an elbow plank. Not that an elbow plank's bad, it's just not what I'm focusing on right now. And again, my elbows are in that groove. And again, can I breathe? So once I have my hips off the floor, can I take a full breath in, full breath out, let everything rest? Can I lift and feel that bracing in my body? Breathe in, exhale to support, and then back down. Part of what we're doing here is just allowing the body to figure out how to brace and support the basic plank position. Now we're going to get on our side body. So side body is I'm on the side of my shoulder. My top leg is going forward, and my back leg is behind, and the edges of my feet are on the floor. So my bottom leg, it's the outside blade of the foot, and on the top leg, it's the inside blade. My elbow can be tucked underneath or a little bit in front. But again, what I'm doing here is I want to lift my hips off the floor so that I'm just on my shoulder, elbow, and my feet. If this position is too challenging, I can stack my legs, bend my knees, and keep my knees on the floor, and again, see if I can just lift the hips off the floor. You may find that, man, this little position, just barely picking the hips up, you feel how much your body has to brace. I want to make sure that this is not a painful position, and this is true for all these movements. If any of these positions are painful, please let me know. So I'm bringing it up, taking a breath in, full exhale, letting the hips drop. Again, full legs out. I want to lift the knees and the hips. I'm on my elbow and my shoulder and on my feet. I'm not lifting very high, but I can feel that core tighten up in order to support me. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, top leg is forward, bottom leg is back. I'm on my shoulder and elbow, lifting hips so that I feel my core engage. Nice breath in, full exhale. I can drop and rest, and then repeat. And I want to see if I have that full capacity of breath. That's going to be a real big thing with this movement. And now we're going to switch back to the other side body. So if you were able to get into this full plank, now I want to work with threading my bottom leg through. So as I have my hip up, lifting off the ground, can I take my bottom leg and slide it back, and then slide it back forward without dropping my hips? Can I move from one position to the other, keeping the hips off the floor? We're going to switch to the other side, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So again, I'm in my side body, lifting hips off the floor. Can I take the bottom leg, slide it back, threading it through back and forth? We are working on one of the basic movements that go into the primal core flow, which we did last week. Can you maintain this brace position as you transition a thread through with that other leg? And so now I'm going to kind of combine all four of these positions. If you were unable to get into one of these positions, then don't worry about trying to transition. Start in on your back, lifting up. Transition to side body, lifting up, stomach lifting up. But what I want to do is see if I can combine all four of those positions. So in my supine, lifting hips off the ground. From here, I'm going to rotate my body so that I come into the side body. I'm trying to do this without letting my hips touch the ground. Once I'm in my side body, I'm going to thread my bottom leg through, and now I'm going to roll with my elbows in that groove, again, keeping the hips off the ground. And then from here, rotating the body to my side body, keeping the hips off the ground, threading the bottom leg through, and then rotating onto my back. Again, all while keeping my body, my torso, my hips off the floor. And then I can do the same thing going in the other direction. Thread through, and I roll all the way, going all the way through, thread through, onto back. So this is kind of a very simple progression of our primal core flow that will help build that core bracing that will make the bigger core flow a little bit easier to navigate.